Hi everyone, this is Robin the Delta Crafter, and I'm here today to share with you a video tutorial on how to make these paper clips that you see before you. When I'm doing Bible journaling and planning, I like to have cute paper clips to mark my pages. So I've learned how to make these various different types of paper clips, and I'm going to show you how today. But before we get started, I want to welcome all of my subscribers back to my channel. So glad to see you here. And if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, go ahead and do that, as well as click the notification bell so that you can know when I post new videos. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk about the materials that you'll need. First of all, you're going to need paper clips. You can get various different sizes of paper clips like I have here. I have the jumbo. I have some that are affectionately called the fat baby paper clips, because these also come in a larger size. So these are kind of a little cute style and shape. And then we have large paper clips, and these also come in different colors and styles as well. I don't recommend using the small paper clips, because by the time you get your materials wrapped around them, there's not going to be much space left to actually adhere the paper clip to your page. So the smallest I would go would be the large paper clip, as shown here in my hand. So you need paper clips, of course. And then from there, the sky's the limit. So right here, I have some ribbon, different types of ribbon. It doesn't have to be double-sided ribbon or even solid ribbon. I'm going to show you how to make this this pattern show up on both sides. You can use tulle. We're going to use this tulle today. And then you can use strips of fabric. What I've found in my experience, the best fabric to use is either cotton fabric or a cotton blend fabric. Because those, if you use fabric, you're going to get a little bit of that shabby chic look, because as you can see on the edge of this fabric, there's a little bit of unraveling that's happening. And so that's going to happen, but some fabrics unravel better than others. So cotton and cotton blend are my recommendations. So the first paper clip that we're going to make is going to be a overhand knot paper clip. So we're going to use this piece of fabric to make our overhand knot paper clip. So it's going to look like this one. And I'm going to pick one of the large paper clips to work with. And for the overhand knot paper clip, you want to have a piece of fabric that is a little bit longer. This piece of fabric is, let's see, about 18 inches long. And the reason why you want your fabric to be a little bit longer is because we're going to double it. So we're going to tie it, or should I say have it doubled, so that when you look at when you put the paper clip in your planner or in your Bible, wherever you plan to use it, you can actually see the pattern on both sides. Otherwise, if we just left it plain, there would be a backside that would not be as attractive to look at. So we're going to do this, use this fabric and double it. And we're going to do the overhand knot. So what we're going to do, which is the overhand knot, is just a regular typical knot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the fabric, we're going to feed it through the end of the paper clip that does not have the two loops. You want to make sure that your paper clip, that you're using the single loop in and not the double loop. This is what's going to slide over your piece of paper, over your page or your journal, in your Bible, whatever the case may be. And so you got to use this end or leave this end so that can happen. So we're just going to take our fabric and we're just going to tie a regular typical knot. Okay. And then once you get your knot tied, then you want to start kind of playing with how the actual knot comes together, so that it's, presentable and stylish, and not just kind of crazy looking. So you can tie it like that. And clearly this is a lot of fabric here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fabric scissors and we're going to trim our fabric down. I like to trim and cut mine at an angle just because it kind of makes it finish and look better. And there we have it. An overhand knot paper clip. Now, of course, if this is, too big for you, you can trim it down to whatever size you want your ends to be or whatever length you want your ends to be. But this one is already finished. That was simple. All right, it's time to move on to the next one. So for the next paper clip that we're going to make, we're going to do what's called a granny knot or a cow hitch knot. So here I've made one already with a piece of red and white fabric. And so we're going to be making this one now. So I have a piece of fabric here that's a little bit shorter than what we use for the overhand knot version. This one is probably about 14 inches long, and it's probably going to be, we're going to trim it down as well when we're finished. So I think I'm going to use a regular paper clip for this one. So for this paper clip, what we're going to do is we're going to take our fabric. Again, we're going to have our double loop side at the end down here. And we're going to be working on the single loop side of the paper clip. We're going to take our fabric. We're going to lay it across the paper clip like this. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the end of your fabric. You're going to bring it around and feed it from the back to the front of your paper clip through the loop or the hole at the top of your paper clip. And as you're feeding it, kind of twist your fabric around so that it's facing the front. Then you're going to do the same thing with the other side of the fabric. Oops, sorry. So we're going to create a little hole right there. We're going to poke our fabric through and we're going to pull it through. All right. And then you're going to pull it tighter and tighter. And as you're tightening it, push your fabric up from the bottom to make your loop, your knot tighter and tighter. And also work with the ends, the tails of your fabric to make sure that they're facing in the forward direction. So as the tighter and tighter you pull it, the smaller your loop, your knot is going to get, and then your tails will also get better, more stiff, and so they'll start to really face in the direction that you want them. So now our fabric is really long. So this is where you can do a couple of things. You can fold the fabric in half and cut at an angle. This is my preferred method. So I fold my tail in half and cut it at an angle. Like so. And then fold this side in half and also cut it at an angle. And you have a paper clip there. Oh, I guess I should have cut this way, my bad. Make sure you are paying attention to the direction that you're cutting your tails in because it does make a difference. So there we go, that's better. So this is one method. You could have left your tail long and just cut and not double folded it and just left it straight like that and cut it where you just had this straight angle hanging off the side, off of your tail. Those are just a couple of options. So there's your paper clip with the granny knot, or also known as the cow hitch knot. We're going to use that same method, but this time we're going to use one of the Fat Baby, paper clips, and we're going to use tulle and ribbon. So you may not be able to tell in the video, but this is actually a gold piece of tulle. So what I do with these is I lay the ribbon on top, and I put the tulle on the bottom, and I usually kind of bunch it together a little bit. And just like we did with the previous paper clip, we're going to take it and lay it across our paper clip. We're going to take the tail on one side, take it from the back to the front, and pull it through. And then take the tail on the other side and take it from the back to the front and pull it through. And just like before, just like before, we're gonna pull and pull and pull until our knot gets tight. Okay. And then you can work with your ribbon and manipulate it so that your design shows on the front. And for these two, I would just cut these at an angle. More so important for the ribbon than anything. Instead of doubling over like we did with the previous one. Remove our excess there. And there we have it. And you can continue to play around. Now, once you put these in your book or your planner or your Bible journal, whatever you plan to use them in, they'll go in and they'll be pretty. So let's take a look at what these look like on a page. So here's our Fat Baby paper clip. Here's our regular granny knot. And here's our jumbo overhand knot. And there you have it. Let's put this behind here so we can see. There you have your paper clips and a journal. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial today. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please leave me a comment in the box below and let me know what you think. If you give these a try, I'd love to see what you create. You can find me, Robin the Delta Crafter, on Instagram and Facebook at the Delta Crafter. Until I see you guys again, bye-bye and have a great day.